Hey everyone, Mark and Joey back here on a Monday morning, and it's a golf morning, golf day, even though we've got 3 days of rain coming up, but good to talk golf since we've got a beautiful day out there. You're heading to the course. Not a spectacular event to be commenting on other than the fact that Spieth was in the field. We were looking for him to do my personal favorite, couldn't do it again, Tony Finau. So we wouldn't normally necessarily report on an event like this. We will say up front, not that there's a lot to talk about. Kevin Na, good for him.
Hey man, I tell you what,
he's been there a long time.
He's been through the ringer, and he's been up and down. He's the oddest looking golfer to watch play. Yeah. If you want to have anxiety, watch him play golf. I want to be clear for the viewers, not literally.
But there was time 5 years ago where he couldn't swing at the ball.
Oh my God, he was winning the players, and he kept swinging over the ball.
Yeah, so he's had all this happen. So good. And he also had an incident that you can see on Golf Digest that came out where there was some noise in the crowd. He sculled a bunker shot over the green, double bogey. Could have let that end this tournament. His caddy blew up on the fan. Then they found out what was going on. She couldn't get out to go to the washroom. So Kevin Na said, hey, just forget it. Let's go on. That's what the noise was all about. She was trying to get to the washroom apparently and was causing a ruckus trying to get there, whatever. But cool on him and cool that he held on and still won the tournament. However, what was really important about this weekend and the reason we reported on it, the only thing that's going to keep golf, attracting new fans, having the interest it does, is someone taking a run at Tiger or Jack's record. We keep saying it's Spieth, mainly because of age and mainly because he has 3 already. But man, even though he's making a comeback, he is disappointing every week.
He cannot close. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is, but I don't know why he can't fix it. He's got all the coaches all in the world that he could go for help for, but he truly cannot drive the golf ball when it counts. And it's getting to the point where if you can't drive the golf ball and you're at this level of golf, I don't understand it. Change something. Like, change your driver. Go to 3-wood. Get a strong 3-wood like Stenson. Something, dude. You're a great putter, first of all.
Well, this week was ridiculous how his putting was.
Besides Sunday. You couldn't make anything.
Yeah.
You're a very good... You're a great putter, a good iron player, and the worst driver in the world. So if you could just make that driving good, which might be a strong 3-wood, like, has anyone ever mentioned this to you? Find a way.
Stenson revived a career by getting rid of his driver.
This is so frustrating to watch you do this because one thing we'll speak to is one of the few good... Well, not actually. All golfers are good ones, actually. I'm talking about most stars in sports. Yeah. A lot of them have attitudes. I must say he's been one of the ones... He's like a Steph Curry kind of golf, right? Very good attitude along with on the court. Not to put any other athletes down, but most guys have a bit of a sharp attitude with the media. I feel like he's very good with the media. He truly opens up, maybe too much, answers a lot of questions. But I just don't get it, dude. Find a way to find the fairway. I don't understand the want to hit your driver when you can't win these specific tournaments when you're in the trees like he was on Sunday. Same with the PGA Championship.
And he's a guy, Joey, who is such a great putter. He just needs to get on the green.
Yeah, like
he doesn't have to be 5 feet away and make a birdie.
Get it.
So why not hit a lesser club? Like exactly what you're saying. You know what you're talking about. Hit less, hit a little longer irons and be in the middle of the green. And with the way he can putt, he can win off that.
See, here's the thing that people don't understand about golf. Rory McIlroy can't do that because he can't putt. Yeah. I don't understand not playing to your strengths. By missing fairways, you're guaranteeing yourself missing green, especially on the course that it was yesterday. I'll admit it was a tight golf course, but which tells you it's difficult. Which means if you could have shot on the weekend a couple under each day, he was 3 under. I think on Saturday. If you could have gone 3 under again, who knows what it does to Na? Obviously, Na played great. Shot 4 under, 3 under. But if you shot another 3 under, you not only do Na, but more importantly, I just don't get it when you have a strength like putting means you only have to be 20, 25 feet away all day long. You're going to make some putts. You're going to hit the odd one closer, too, on short holes. Yeah. Back off the driver, man. Like I said, some guys can't do it. Rory, Dustin, they can't do that because that's how they make birdies because they don't putt well. I don't understand it. Where's the strategy? Where's this coach stepping up here? Now, what Spieth will tell you, and if you watch an interview, this is why they're pros and the pros of the pros. He says he wants to work on the driver because he feels that when majors, he cannot throw the driver away. So he says he's willing to sacrifice these tournaments to get the driver working for when these tournaments come. He believes the U.S. Open is too long to not hit driver. So that's where you got to look at. That's when you know you're on the PGA Tour and don't worry about winning.
Here's the other thing. Exactly. It is one of the difficult things, and you have to watch what they're saying, just like you're hearing behind the scenes, because these guys, these are throwaway events. They made so much money. They've won so many events. It's all about the majors. As Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka.
Man,
oh my God.
Bruce Willis.
Can't get that out. Anyway, watch him play. All he cares about is winning the majors. He's always preparing, preparing. Which is a little difficult for the fan. I got to say, these guys are always preparing, but you want them to be close. You want them winning. You can't argue with them. They're independent guys. Yeah. They're not under team contracts. There's no fans for him specifically to impress with the way he's playing. It's all about themselves. It's all about the majors. They can do these things because they want them. And they're independent.
And at the end of the day, that's what makes Tiger so great. I love the fact that any given week, although maybe not so much now, but in his prime, it was to win as many events as possible, not to win as many majors. But because they play so many more events due to rules in the PGA Tour or sponsors or just like they feel it's their duty to get out, which is one thing I will admit that they do a lot more these days than Tiger never did, is they just play a lot. I understand the want not to give it all in certain events and work on something and prepare for the majors. I get that. Because one thing Tiger did do that allowed him to try to win every event was he only played 15 events. Well, he can't do that now because of FedEx Cup, because PGA Tour wants you to go play a bunch of weeks.
Well, on the compressed schedule now,
in the compressed schedule, you're playing a lot of golf. So I will admit, they've hit on something by having big guys almost in every event. Even this event, you almost had Spieth win. So even though it was a nothing event, you almost had one of the top players in the world. You had him contend, almost win at his home course. You had Tony Finau there, another top guy.
And they're selling tickets, and they're getting TV audience. And we're talking about because Spieth's in it.
Yeah, so I'll say that I understand
them. On their part.
Yeah, I'd rather have them play more events than try to win every event they play. And then build for majors.
And we have to be clear, it's not like they're not trying to win.
No,
but like what you're saying, he's hitting the driver because of the U.S. Open. In past, he may not, if he was just a regular player, may not hit driver to win that tournament.
Right.
So what they're doing now is they're now getting all the practicing done, which Tiger used to do at home. Now they have to play all these events. They're actually practicing in advance to be ready for the U.S. Open. So,
like if this was the U.S. Open, let's say, he might have thrown the driver of the bag thinking, can I win with other clubs? But because he's not trying to... He's trying to win. Like, if the driver worked, obviously you're going to get his best... You got your best effort. He was trying to make the driver work.
Yeah.
He was trying to win that event. But what he was saying was he wasn't going to put the driver away because that's the club he needs going forward to win majors. And he's not wrong.
Yeah.
But what frustrates us as fans is when Tiger played, because he only played 15 events and did all this work at home, he always played to win. So he would put the driver away if he thought he could win some other way. They can't do that now, which is fine. I understand that. I'd rather have guys at more events. It is better. And... they just get to play more aggressively and try to make everything work. And if it does, you still get these guys winning. But if they don't, they're not devastated because they know what they're working for. Yeah. And it's the way of golf now, which is fine. It makes the majors great. But it does frustrate you when you think of a guy like Spieth really could use a win.
When you're a fan
but I feel like he could have used the win, actually. I feel like it might have been valuable to put the driver away and try to win that for actually winning. Because
I think you're right. 100% there. I think they give away the fact that even at their level, you see it all the time, they need to be confident in their game. So a win would do that alone, like even if you say, I'll work on the driver next week, to get close and not win, I think hurts. We're in the horse racing business. We know that horses like to win. We know that when they're close, often horses are passing, they get dejected. Well, I don't think humans are any different. If Spieth every week arrives on Sunday and cannot close the deal, who says he could do it at the U.S. Open, even if he hits it better? Because he's had no experience in the last year and a half of actually winning a tournament.
And here's what I would have said. Well, you said... you want to get ready for U.S. Open. What happens if it's not ready? How do you win otherwise? I would have tried to win some other way.
I agree.
I would have tried to win with my 3-wood and see if that's enough, because that might be the strategy at the U.S. Open. I would have thought maybe a little bit differently. Also, if you just believe you're the greatest, it's hard to believe you can't hit a driver in the freaking fairway.
Yeah, no kidding.
When you can hit iron shots and really hit a lot of
However, interesting point. You've gone through this many times in your young career. You're only 22, just turned 22. But I hear Spieth talking to his caddy, and they got the sound on these guys now all the time, right? And I think he's got too technical. I think when you hit the golf course, and your coaches have told you this, I've told you that, you spend a lot of time practicing, but you have to get your head clear on the golf course. Well, and I hear Spieth talking about, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I don't know why I did this. He is thinking too much on the golf course instead of just letting himself play. Practice, you think about hockey teams. We've been in hockey our whole life. You practice all week. When you get to the game, it just happens. And now it's a fast sport, so it helps with that. But you have to clear your head. You have to not be thinking, I got to do this and I got to do that. And this, I was working on this and that. Your head can't play golf that way. There's no way.
I do agree. If you watch DJ or Brooks Koepka warm up, I remember they actually said that. They said about Brooks and Spieth going into Saturday at the PGA Championship. They said Spieth was working on 8 different things and Kepka just hit like 100 balls and left. Like, didn't even ask one question, didn't look at his coach one time, didn't check one thing.
What did Kepka say, too, which was so good for golfers? He said, I don't understand guys who take forever. He says, I get up over the ball, it takes 10 seconds to hit it.
Yeah.
I've already practiced. I already know how good I am. The yardages, they have books for the greens, they have yardages, all this kind of stuff ready to go. He says, what is it about that? Get up and hit the goddamn ball. Don't do all these other things because you're thinking too much, and you got to look at his ability in these majors.
I think it's definitely,
hit the ball.
It's definitely a gift to have, but it's a tougher.
Well, you know how tough it is to do.
Yeah, tougher to do, but also that's why it's a gift to have.
Yeah.
I think it's also just basically as everything does in life. He's trying to go back to the old guy's way of playing. They've given us too information. I think as young kids now, they've dissected their swing too much. I've actually haven't videotaped my swing in 2 weeks because it feels so good. I don't even want to see it because I became that person. All of a sudden, I videotaped everything where I never used to be that way. So it's just getting
well, and you're sending that video, and your coach is drawing lines, and now you're thinking about this. And I think this is what happened to Speed. I think he's got
you see
too
Brooks,
technical.
you see DJ. They're just swinging it, man. And really, we always joke about DJ and his mindset. It's really a mindset you kind of wish to have. It's just I play golf. And Brooks is the same way. They ask him what he thinks about. He goes, well, nothing. Like, he goes, why would I think about anything? Yeah. Right? Like, it's golf, right? And I think it's definitely tough to do. If you ever find that skill, though, you'll guarantee success. And that's really the difference between those guys, maybe guys below them right now. I'm learning that, too. It's all mental, man. We got to figure it out and learn a way to just clear that mind. Speed's lucky that he's already there. He made it probably simply on confidence. Simply, he's been the best his whole life. Now that there's ever so like a little tiny turmoil in his career, you can see him really struggling. I must give him credit, though. Every interview is great. It's positive. You want motivation. You want to learn how to keep going. Listen to all his interviews. After every round, it's getting better. No, don't worry. It's coming along. And that's all you can do in golf because you play so much of it. It's such a long career. He's not going to quit. He's got 20 more years to go. So
he's 25. I mean, my God.
Yeah, so maybe more than 20 years, 25 years. So you're just going to keep going at it. It's a great attitude. But shout out to Kevin Na. He actually won the event. Yeah. But we talk about Speed.
Well, he's 35 years old. He means nothing to golf,
we need Speed to get going. So that's what the point is.
We talk about this to ourselves a lot, right? We see events coming up every week, and who do we want to win? Well, there's guys, when you do it, we want you to win, no matter if it's your first year, whatever, right? Even if it's no impact on golf. Yeah. But as we're assessing the game of golf, we think of people being popular. Our daughter works in the game of golf. You know, her career depends on the game of golf. And the game of golf has been suffering and been struggling over the last number of years for a multitude of reasons, and we're not going to go into that. But having guys chase Tiger's record, like when Tiger chased Jack's record, took golf to the front page every single week. So Kevin Na winning, we congratulate him. Good job. 35 years old, second win, third win. I can't remember what it is. Just doesn't mean anything to the end result of the publicity of the game of golf.
And that's why every major from this point forward has to be Rory McIlroy, Brooks Koepka, or Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
You want them to win as many majors as possible because they're the three guys that can easily...
Or Tiger.
Yeah, sorry. Really, Tiger and Phil. Well, Phil
doesn't matter.
No,
Tiger.
But Phil's just a good story.
Yeah,
but Tiger okay, let's say this. Four guys. Tiger, Spieth, Brooks, and Rory are four guys. Order. Every major coming up, you want, if you care about the game of golf, the excitement, the future, those are the four guys you want to win majors because Tiger, obviously, is Tiger Woods. Still going for Jack's record. Everything he does is just truly remarkable. Spieth is the youngest, but the less dominating game. So he needs the time. So he needs to win one every year type of guy. Rory and Brooks proven they can win a bunch in a quick amount of time. So if they ever get going, Brooks are still going. I mean, Brooks doesn't need to get going. He's going. But Rory, same thing. At least those guys, if they start winning majors, they have the game to dominate. So very exciting going forward.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what the game of golf needs. I listen to all these stories, make it the whole bigger, taking less time to play it, do this, do that. What it really needs to be is in the forefront. It's no different than here in Toronto when the Blue Jays won the World Series. Kids participating in baseball went up like 60%. We need things to bring the game to the forefront, and that's what these guys do by winning majors and chasing those records. They're there every week, and it's not there all the time. And with Tiger having dropped off, he brought it back, but he brought it back. Now it's someone else's job to carry that forward. Koepka, unfortunately, just has no personality. They need to get a media guy with him.
Well, he showed it a little bit.
A little bit, but this guy needs to be Tiger. He needs to be emotional all the time with what he's winning to get the game of golf. I know it's not his responsibility, but on the other hand, he makes millions of dollars doing it. He should be helping the younger guys coming up that he makes sure the game progresses. You know, there was Arnie, there was Jack, there was Tiger. But who is it next? Who's really that guy next? There's nobody right now.
Yeah,
I love to see Rory because Rory could be it.
Yeah, Rory has the passion too. Brooks is actually more the villain kind of golfer, which is kind of cool too. But lots of guys going for it. Majors coming up soon. Big events the next.
One other item for you. We don't need to do a whole show on this. Johnson. He got the career Grand Slam
for
finishing seconds in majors.
So does Louis, who stays in. I can tell you they're not happy about it.
They're not happy about it, but I read that thinking, oh my God, that's what you don't want to be known for when you're as great a golfer as he is.
Hey,
that's what you're.
Do you know who else has that? For. Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, that's 19 seconds. 18 wins, 19 seconds. How great are you? There was a big feature on Jack this weekend. We highly recommend you watch it about how he played the game of golf and all those kinds of. It was phenomenal, especially the way he putts, because no one putts like Jack. And yet, he's known as the greatest putter of all time, and not one single kid putts like Jack, because there's a million other ways to do it, but you don't do it like the guy who was the greatest putter ever. Anyhow, that's the end of our show. We're running actually out of time here. It's been a big Monday, and we'll look forward to talking to you as we get to our Wednesday show, which we're going to do every week on golf.
Yep.